How we doing? How we doing? How we doing, guys? Welcome to the Exec Talk podcast. I am your host, Velez. What's up? Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me if you're new. Follow my socials. Sorry about that at the beginning. It lowered my sound effects slider to 0 for some reason. I didn't notice. But today we're going to talk about basketball. Specifically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. We're going to run through a couple because some of them were blowouts. Like the first one, Nuggets get murdered in Game 2 by OKC. And when I say murdered, I say massacred. Jokic fouled out in the third quarter. They went down by 40. Not much to this game at all. This was a massacre in the second quarter. Was already getting out of hand, and the Nuggets kind of threw in the towel. Game 3, however, went to overtime. It was tied by Aaron Gordon once more with 1:20 left. I believe it was 1:20 left. I thought it was like 30 seconds left. It was a 3 by Aaron Gordon, the clutch man himself. Unfortunately, the Thunder, although that they were doing themselves they kind of did themselves a disservice the last 4 minutes. And in overtime, they really did themselves a disservice. They only scored once. But they seemed to get confused in a close game to keep running their normal offense. It went a lot of ISO, a lot of Shea, a lot of J-Dub. Just didn't really work out. The play-by-play, the tying 3, because OKC was leading most of the game, the tying 3 came with 27 seconds left in the left corner. Jamal Murray brought up the ball. He did a no-look pass. Gordon was in the left corner, and he sunk the 3. Took them to overtime, and then Nuggets dominated the. Nuggets dominated the overtime. Great game by all 3, Gordon, Murray, and MPJ. While Jokic struggled, everybody struggled for OKC. You had Shea with 18. You had J. Will with 32. But it wasn't enough for J-Dub, 11 out of 21. And then you had Gordon with 22, MPJ with 21, most of them in the first half, 5 of 6 from 3. Jokic with 20, but he took 25 shots to get that. 8 for 25, 0 of 10 from 3 with 16 rebounds. Jamal Murray went 9 for 19, 2 of 5 from 3 with 27 points and 8 assists. And that was pretty much it. So the series 1-1, a 2-1, and then Game 4 just happened, and in Game 4 was the opposite. So the Nuggets had the lead about 7 points heading into the mid-4th, and then OKC started playing defense and really clamping down. They won 92-87. Nuggets missed 4 key free throws at the end with Jokic and Aaron Gordon. And just they got, basically the OKC got into the bonus really early with 6 minutes left. Used that to their advantage with J-Dub and Shea just getting fouled, going to the free throw line. I mean, J-Dub only had 10, but he played great defense. Chet only had 8. You had Gilgeous-Alexander, 8 of 19, 0 of 5 from 3, but with 25, 6, and 6. 10 from Caruso, who played a big part in this game, especially in the first half. And Cason Wallace was 11, as well as Aaron Wiggins. As for the Nuggets, you had 15 from Aaron Gordon. Anytime he scores under 20, the Nuggets are liable to lose. MPJ with 3 really struggled this game. Had 9 rebounds. Nikola Jokic with 27, but 7 of 22. Struggled again, 2 of 8 from 3 with 13 rebounds. Jamal Murray was 17, 5 of 15 from the field, 2 of 5. It looked like they were both tired, especially going to the end, leaving shots short and stuff like that. Colin Brown had 17, 4 of 11, and 6 from Westbrook. They shot 24% from three, and so did. I mean, they shot the same. Both teams shot the same percentage from three, especially in the first half. It was absolutely atrocious. 10 of 41, 11 of 45 for the Nuggets. But it's 2-2 heading back to OKC. I still think that this is a 7-game series. I can see the Nuggets either getting Game 5 or getting Game 6. But I think this is going 7, and ultimately it's going to come down to who can execute down the stretch, because the last two games have been close. The last two games have been close in the fourth quarter, and it's come down to a couple possessions. So I think that between Jokic and Murray, along with the supporting cast of MPJ and Aaron Gordon, and a little bit of Christian Brown, with the help of Russell Westbrook off the bench, and the defensive versatility of Peyton Watson, against Shea, J-Dub, Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren, all trying to use themselves to propel Shea and mostly J-Dub into those final possessions of the game, getting good shots, getting good defensive performances from Cason Wallace and Alex Caruso, Hartenstein, Chet, Wiggins. But I think that the Nuggets still can pull it out because of the fourth quarter execution. It didn't happen this game. They lost the lead coming down the stretch. They had a 7-point lead with, that was the largest lead of the game, actually. It was 7 points in the fourth. Yeah, their lead. So they started 69-63 in the fourth. It got up to 71-63 at the 11:26 mark, and then OKC started reeling them back in, tied it at. They went back and forth, missing a lot of shots. Then Cason Wallace hit a 3 with 8:35 left, and then really never relinquished the lead. After that, played great defense, and then just got to the free throw line, and Denver just could never recover. Missed a lot of threes, missed a lot of bunnies, missed free throws, and Thunder were able to finish the game. They've won 68 games, so you expect that from them as the number one seed. But I think this is still going 7. In Game 2, the Wolves win just basically by going on a 13-0 run in the first quarter. It that kind of shut down the Golden State Warriors after getting the first game in Minnesota. The Wolves kept stretching out the lead. Not a great game from Anthony Edwards, but everybody else played great and played great defense. The role players stepped up. Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Randle has been playing great this whole series. But yeah, they kind of blew them out. It was not really a competitive game. Without Curry, it was looking very difficult to get offense going towards the rim. Threes weren't falling, and the Wolves kind of just dominated Game 2. Game 3 happened last night. The Warriors had a chance to win, but the Wolves got pulled it out in Golden State. Just better clutch play down the stretch, better shot creation from Randle, McDaniels, great defense at the end as well. Couldn't ask much more from the Warriors. You had Jimmy with 33, you had JK, Jonathan Kuminga with 30. They were up in the fourth. I'll tell you guys right now. In the fourth, it was 73-69 at the beginning of the fourth. It got up all the way to 79-69, 80 to 75. Yeah, 82 to 79 with 7 minutes left, and then Minnesota took the lead with 6:16 left, and just missed shot after missed shot. The free throw line, and then they just couldn't get back. Buddy Hield made a 27-footer to make it to 93-89. But then Anthony Edwards made another 3 and really just clutched it at the line from 3. Anthony Edwards really took off in the second half with 36 points. He only had like 9, I think, in the first half. Randle scored 24, 10, and 12, a triple-double for him with 10 of 23 shooting. 1 of 6 from 3, but 15 from McDaniels, 3 of 4 from 3. Gobert had 9 and 13. Conley had 7. You had 36 from Ant on 13 of 28 shooting. 5 of 14 from 3 with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Naz Reid had 9. You had 2 from DiVincenzo. You got 33 from Butler on 12 of 26, but you got 2 from Draymond Green. You only got Trace Jackson-Davis with 7, with 2 rebounds. Jimmy went 33, 7, and 7. Buddy Hield went 5 of 11, 4 of 8 with 14 points, so not his crazy performance. And then Pajinski went 1 for 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3 on 5 points. Kuminga off the bench scored 30, 11 of 18, 3 of 4 from 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. But it wasn't enough because Looney couldn't give him anything. Post, Kerry Payton played 26 minutes. He only scored 2 points. They shot 44% from 3 and 43% from the field. Timberwolves shot 38% from 3, 44% from the field. But ultimately what killed them was the turnovers. Golden State had 14. And even though Timberwolves had 18 at the end of the game, Ant really just took over with the 3 making. He scored a lot in the late crunching minutes in the fourth. Starting from like the 6 minute mark, Anthony Edwards makes a 2-point shot. Then he makes a 28-footer right after that. Then McDaniels 2 free throws. Then you get McDaniels with a 3. Rudy makes a 1-foot dunk. Buddy Hield makes a 3. Then Anthony Edwards makes a 20-footer, a 22-footer, 119 left to make it 96-89, basically taking it out of reach. And then he makes both free throws again. And then that ends it basically. Now Golden State has to get one. They have to get the next one at home. Because if not, then it's very, very likely that they get closed out in Game 5 and don't give Curry a chance to come back. Curry has a chance to come back in Game 5, but it will be more realistically that they have to force a Game 6 for Curry to come back. It would be highly unfortunate to not see this team at full strength after it looked very promising, even though they did trick off a 5-game gentleman's sweep of the Houston Rockets and took it to 7, which might have, put wear and tear on Curry more. But the way that Jimmy played this past game, he has to play better. In the fourth quarter, he only had 4 points. He needs to be more aggressive, going for his shot, looking for the rim. You need a better performance from Pajinski. You need a better performance from Buddy. And then you need luck to go your way. You were leading. You lost the lead, and then Ant closed you out. The way Julius Randle is playing, the way McDaniels is playing, the way Ant is playing, especially in the second half, not necessarily for a whole game, but in the second half and defensively, and Rudy Gobert, who held it down the last 8 to 6 minutes of that game at the rim, not allowing easy layups and stuff like that, was absolutely remarkable. I believe that they can win a championship. It's going to be tough if Thunder come out. If the Denver come out, they have a pretty good shot. They match up with anybody as well in the East because of their length and athleticism. But I would like to see at least, this to go 7, to see Curry, if Curry can make one miraculous run one more time towards the championship. After that, Cavs destroy the Pacers in Game 3. I'm talking about destroy. 43 points from D. Mitch. They destroyed them by over 30. It was really non-competitive after the second quarter. The Cavs just kept raining down threes. D. Mitch, they got it down to 11 from a 25-point lead. But then Mitchell got a layup and fouled. And, they never got close again. Everybody struggled for Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton, Turner, Naismith, Nembhard, especially Tyrese Halliburton, from great games these past few games to 4 points. Just didn't get anything go down at home. The next game just started. Right now it's 22-10 Pacers, so it's looking good so far. They need to get this game because then they can go 3-1 and really apply pressure to the Cavs. If the Cavs get this game, it's possible for the Cavs to come back and win this series. I believe D. Mitch is going to keep doing his thing. I don't see why not. They have Darius Garland back. They have Evan Mobley back. They have DeAndre Hunter back. So it's full strength for the full strength. I believe the Cavs have a better team. I just think the Pacers have a better system of offense. They play hard on defense. It's just going to come down to the Cavs making threes and D. Mitch kind of taking over. If it's close enough in the fourth quarter, I do trust Tyrese, although D. Mitch has been clutch before. But, yeah. And then Boston hits 23s and absolutely destroys the Knicks. Just leaves them with no ability to come back at all. In the first half, they just kept raining down threes. Eventually, this was gonna happen. We knew that it was liable to happen. 115-93. I mean, it wasn't really that close. When you look at the box score, Tatum only had 22, but he went 5 of 9 from 23 on 20 shots. He made 8 of 20. Horford went 15 with 3 of 4 from 3, 2 of 3 from 3 for Drew Holiday. Derek White 3 of 6 from 3, 6 of 10 from the line. And then Jaylen Brown with 19. But yeah, guys, I love you guys. That's it. Boston has a chance to come back for sure. But other than that, I love you guys. Thank you for the support, and I'll leave you all with the outro.